All right, really quickly. So right now we're in a live trade during live team training, and we're in USD JPY. I just want to show you guys really quickly. So I have multiple trades going. I'm actually going in and out of profit, but we're in USD JPY. Hopefully you can see that. So you can kind of see it going into profit. I'll show you more as it continues to move. You guys still have time to get into this trade. So we're basically using the IML web analyzer. Hold on one second. Let me share my screen. And let's go through the setup real quick. So if you guys want to get into this trade, we're in USD JPY. You can go ahead and you can do a market execution, a sell by market execution. We're going to aim for probably 5 pips or more. So we're heading into profit. So if you guys want to, I recommend do this in demo since we're learning. Okay. So I just want to show you really quickly. I'm going to stop share again. And we're in profit. And I'm going to show you exactly how we analyze this trade in order to get these results. Okay. So you can see this is in profit. So you still have time to get in if you want to, or you can just watch along. All right, so let's check it out. So USD JPY using the 4 rules. The yellow lines that I have on here is support and resistance, and we'll go over why I draw that. As you can see, the trade was called here where this green candle closed outside of the Bollinger Band. All the 4 rules matched up. You had the RSI come above 80, it crossed down. MACD, the stochastic came up, crossed over the red, came down. MACD came up, crossed over the red, and came down. So that was one confirmation. Then we went to the 15-minute chart. And on the 15-minute chart, the price, we had a buy. So it was overbought, getting ready for a sale. So as you can see, the red candle is forming. The RSI is pointing down. It's above 80. These are the same rules you want on the 5 and the 15. I enter when this red candle is forming and everything is pointing down, all right? And let me show you exactly what's going on. All of these trades are in profit right now. Okay, so all of these trades are in profit. Everyone's in profit over here. Making money. So this strategy works, okay? So I'm actually gonna go ahead and close out. I'm already, yeah, you guys can, I'm just gonna close it because we're gonna look for more trades, but I usually do a 3 to 5 pip take profit, but I'm gonna show you guys a strategy that I use to get even more pips. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna turn my screen back around. I actually have 2 more trades running. I'm just looking to get about 2 more pips out of this. But I want you guys, for those of you who are tuning in, who are not with us live, who are not with us in person, type any comments that you have in the chat box and I'll answer them. But look what's happening, guys. See how everything is set up on the 15-minute? So you would have gotten in right when this red candle is forming. The 15-minute is everything. See how everything is nicely pointing down? This is exactly what you want. And this is when I enter the trade. On the 15-minute chart, everything is pointing down. Hold on, I'm just gonna close. Actually, I'm gonna let these trades run. Okay. Everybody in profit? Woo! Awesome. Okay, so let me close these trades real quick. All right, so that was an awesome trade. I'm gonna go over this one more time. Actually, while this trade is still moving, I'm gonna show you something, okay? So people often ask me, why do people get into trades multiple times? Like sometimes you'll see people enter a trade and they'll get in 4 times or 3 times. That's called twin trading, okay? And there's a strategy to twin trading. Some people who get in and they just do the same take profit, stop loss, entry. That's really pointless in my opinion. If you do research, you'll find that a lot of pro traders, they use multiple entries to their advantage. The reason being, let's say I entered this trade twice, right? I closed my first position with a 3-pip take profit. As you can see on the 15-minute chart, it's still working its way down. See how everything is nicely set up? Then what you want to do is move to the 30-minute chart. You have price closing outside of the Bollinger Band, and it's the red candle is starting to form. And then everything is starting to point down. Now, this is how you know you can get more than 3 to 5 pips, okay? When MACD and the stochastic cross, that's when you want to get out. So that's how I get an additional, I would say about 10 to 20 pips. Sometimes you can get a little more than that. But after everything sets up on the 5-minute chart, you have confirmation there. Then on the 15-minute chart, you're waiting for your confirmation. Everything is pointing down. As you can see, we went right into profit, all right? And then on the 30-minute chart, you have the same setup. However, the MACD hasn't crossed yet. So this tells you that this is gonna keep coming down. Another thing I wanna show you guys is the 1-hour resistance. And if you guys have questions, stop me, okay? So I'm on the 30-minute time frame right now. You probably can't see it too good from here, but the reason why I draw these lines, that's support and resistance, okay? So sometimes if you're in a trade and you want to say, okay, well, how far is this trade going to keep going up? Or how far could it potentially go down? Can I get more than 3 pips, right? All you have to do is draw support and resistance. So your support, your resistance is this top line right here, okay? And the reason why that's your resistance is you're marking a line where price, the highest that price has gone, I would say, and look, okay, so these are 30, actually, let's go on the 1 hour, I'm sorry. Let's go on the 1 hour time frame. So see where price is right now? See this band here? Right here? Yeah. Okay, that's the high, this is price right now. This is an hour time frame. This is another hour, another hour, another hour. All these hours, price has been down here, okay? Mm-hmm. And then it was up here. Yeah. Look how many times price hit this line right here. Right. So that's the ceiling, okay? So normally what we wanna do is, when you see this happening, you wanna wait and see, is price gonna break through the ceiling to keep going? But as you can see on the 15-minute and the 5-minute chart, when everything started pointing down, that gave us confirmation that we could get in and get quick pips, okay? But on the 1 hour, this tells me that if this starts coming, this is the highest it'll probably go. And if everything is already set up for a sale, this tells me that this is gonna work its way back down. And then another thing too, you can't see it on here, but with the Bollinger Band, you'll notice that, I don't know if you guys can see it, but if you look on your phone, there's a moving average line that goes through the Bollinger Band. You see that? Let me point it out to you. This line right here, yours is white. I know. Okay, I'm gonna go back to that. Let's check out. So that's one trade. How you guys doing out there who are on virtual? Let me know. All right, so let's check out the next trade. So we profited on USD Jpy. Let's move on to Nzd Jpy, and it's probably doing something similar. All right, so we're getting some pips so far. Okay, so look here, guys, 5-minute chart. It made its move. It's on 5-minute confirmation. Everything lined up. It hit 80. Let's look at the 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart is setting up nicely. Go ahead and get your demo out. And let's go to MetaTrader 4, pull up Nzd Jpy. Yeah, we're doing Nzd Jpy. And go ahead and hit trade. We're gonna enter Nzd Jpy, not just yet. So as you can see, yeah, it's gonna be a sell. So RSI is, I like RSI to go above 80, but as you can see on the 15-minute chart, everything is still pointing up. You see that? Let me get rid of this. Everything is still pointing up, so we're not gonna enter just yet. We're gonna wait for everything to point down, just like it did on the 5-minute. So the 5-minute already started making its move, having a little pullback here. We go to the 15-minute, and we're just waiting. We're not gonna enter just yet. Then we go to the 1 hour. So what I'm gonna do on the 1 hour is I am going to draw support and resistance really quick. I see your comment in the chat. 1 second. Okay, so I'm gonna draw a line right here. This is where price is so far. As you can see, it kind of like hung around right here, so it broke. So it might try to touch here. So as you can see how everything is still pointing up? That tells me price is gonna keep going up, and look what it's doing. It's going right through the band, it's still pushing up. So we're just gonna wait. We're not gonna get in right now. Let's see, let me draw another line. We draw another horizontal line and put it right about here. Well, everyone draws support and resistance different, but it can even be here. Well, you basically want to find the floor, basically. So you have your ceiling here, sort of like the last touches where price kind of touched. So you're trying to figure out how high is price going to continue to go, and how far will it possibly come back down? 75.502. Yeah, that's kind of low, and I'll tell you why. So hold on. Okay, I thought it was gonna make a sale. All right, so that one's still setting up. So let me check the chat and see how you guys are doing. Sandra says, hello, everyone. All right, so we are looking at Nzd Jpy, and we're just waiting. So the one thing that the analyzer forces you to do is to have patience. And what we're gonna do is twin trade this. So we're gonna enter it 2 times. Make sure you're doing this in demo, okay? Don't enter just yet. So as you can see, the RSI is pointing down. Preferably, like with Daven's 4 rules, if the RSI is 70 and above, then that's a confirmation for him. I like it to be 80 and above, which is what the Sharif strategy focuses on. Stochastic, you want the red to come up, and you want it to be on top of the blue pointing down. So we're just waiting for everything to point down. That's actually on the 1 hour time frame. I'm on the wrong time frame. So go ahead and enter the trade. We were on the wrong time frame. Yep, go ahead and enter. Sell by market, Nzd Jpy. So we should have been in this. I was on the wrong time frame, but it's okay. All right, and let's see what it's doing here.
You guys confused by anything, or?
So this is a buy.
No, this is a sell.
Did you put in the sale yet, or you just have it?
So having a little pullback. So then what you want to do, you're already taking profit on Nzd Jpy? Wow. I'm still red. Oh, that is. Yeah, he got in. He must have got in before we did. Good job. All right, so they're already in profit over here.
I thought we were on the USB. So that was a new one?
Yeah, she put it out real quick.
Okay. So we're still in Nzd Jpy. So what I'm gonna do, if you're negative right now, no sweat at all. I know. Let me, I'm gonna show them what I'm gonna do real quick. So I'm gonna stop share. We're having a little bit of pullback, but it's okay. So what I'm gonna do, guys, so I have 2 positions going, okay? I enter the trade. Now, it's up to you. You can do 2 positions, but, sorry, we have kids over here, little traders. Okay, so what I do is I'll hold down on one of my positions and try to show you this. So this is the power of twin trading, but you have to be careful and have proper risk management. I hold down on the one trade, I click modify, okay? This is how I go enter my take profit. I do not do a stop loss. I don't do a stop loss usually because I usually take profit pretty quickly. Or if I have to take my eyes off the trade, I'll do a stop loss. And I usually will not risk more than 1% of my account, okay? So with the take profit, I got in this pair at 75.971. So I modify my first position to a 3 pip take profit. So if you are looking at, hold on 1 second, let me look at my chart for this. Okay, I'm heading into profit on this one, so let me just figure this out. Okay, so I'm gonna modify this and I'm going to set this to, I got in at 75.971. So I'm gonna modify my trade to a take profit of 94, 95, 96, 97, 9. I'm gonna do 975,941. Okay, so I hit modify. I have an iPhone. What I'm gonna do is in my take profit area, I'm gonna put 75,941. Okay, and so that's a 3 pip take profit. So I'm only aiming for 3 pips on this one. And then on the second position, I'm gonna leave it open. And I'm gonna tell you why. All right, let me see what questions we have. Hello, hello, hello from Phoenix, or Peoria, Arizona. Okay, we're heading into profit on Nzd Jpy. So let me show you. It's getting lower. Yep. So I'll show you when it starts going into profit. But let's go ahead. I'm going to share my screen so that we can see what's going on. Share. Okay. So I have my first position set to a 3 pip take profit. So after the 15 minute, I see, okay, 15 minute is making its move. Then I watch the 30-minute chart. So let me look at the 1 hour real quick. Bring this down. Okay, so this is how high price went so far. So if you guys are looking at the Bollinger Band, if you are looking at my screen, you'll notice that you have this moving average in the middle of the Bollinger Band, okay? You can use this moving average. We use the moving average in the middle for support and resistance. Now you can draw your own support and resistance, but you use this moving average for support and resistance. So for example, if this is the highest that price has been, see how this top yellow line that I've drawn? Look how many times price hit this area and it didn't break, okay? But it kind of broke a little bit right here where price is right now. So that's where, when we look at this, we say, okay, is it gonna keep going higher? Can we possibly get a few pips? Well, that's why you want everything pointing down on the 15 and 30-minute time frames to kind of gauge where you are. And this is gonna start working its way down because it's already, everything is pointing down, okay? So now we just have to wait patiently. What I do, I set my first position to a 3 pip take profit, and on the second position, I leave it open because typically what I do is I go to the 30-minute time frame, and if the stochastic and the MACD have not crossed all the way, so if they haven't crossed and started making its way down as well, I know that I can gain more pips. How do I know that? Because I've journaled enough trades to test it out, and that's exactly what happens. So I would, set a 3 pip take profit, and I would say, which I like the 3 pip take profit, because if you're not greedy and you just do 3 pips, you'll win all day long. It's almost impossible to lose if you do a 3 pip take profit. And the cool thing is that as you start to master this, let's say if you have, I would say even a $200 account, I would say $200 to $300 account, and you're trading $1 a pip, that adds up really fast. You can enter one trade, or Brian probably looking at me crazy. I'm not teaching, I'm teaching proper risk management, but you want to do 0.01 for every $100 in your account. But what I'm saying is that when you have a strategy you're very confident in, and you have that confidence and you have enough balance in your account can handle that. So you'll work your way up to that. But it's okay to start with those lower lot sizes, 20 cents, 30 cents, work your way up, compound your account. But what I'm saying is that once you are confident, you start having consistent wins, and you're seeing that in your account, and all of a sudden you're making $1 a pip, getting $3 here, $5 there. That adds up fast, just by taking a couple of trades, and you hit your daily goal and you're out. So that's that. So as you can see here on the 15-minute chart, how you guys doing out there online on Zoom? Let me know you guys are doing okay. I'm gonna have you guys talk to me on the next one. So right now we're just, how many of you got into this trade? Are you guys in demo in this trade, or are you just kind of watching and following along? Talk to me, or I'm gonna start calling your names. Okay, so I already set a take profit on this one. I'm gonna modify and I'm gonna move on and go find another trade. So hold on one second. Let me see the chart. Awesome, okay. Yeah, if you're learning and just watching, that's fine too. You'll be able to play this back and look at it. Okay, so we're still in Nzd Jpy, and it's just kind of taking a little while to do its thing, which is fine. So sometimes if I don't want to continue to watch the 30-minute chart and I want to go find more setups, I'll just change my second position and I'll do a 5-pip take profit if I'm very confident in the trade. Okay, so I'm going to do that really quickly. So I'm going to change my second position and do a 5-pip take profit so that I can move on. And then, like I said, as far as stop loss, everybody's different. You have to decide your own stop loss. I do not believe in doing a 20-pip stop loss for a 3-pip take profit. That makes no sense to me. So what I normally do is, if I have confidence in these 4 rules and I know it's going to move in my direction, like I said, I usually risk no more than 1% of my account. So that's what I'll set my take profit to. But I usually don't set a take profit because a stop loss, because my trades typically go into profit pretty fast, and because I trade the New York session, and the market moves a little bit faster then. Yes, they are. It's okay if you're. Let me ask you. Let me see, Sandra. Sandra, what is your entry price on Nzd Jpy? What's your entry price? And it's okay if you guys are still in negative. You don't have to panic. As long as you follow the 4 rules and you have a pretty good entry, it's going to take profit. You don't have to worry about that. The more you perfect your entry, you'll become very confident. I'm very confident that this trade is going to take profit. And sometimes, it needs a little while to do its thing. So don't panic. Let me refresh this. Don't panic if it takes a little bit. The nice thing that you can see is that everything matches up, everything's pointing down, and it's just taking some time to do its thing. All right, so we're gonna move on and go find another one. Hopefully this is making sense to you guys. I'm in profit in Nzd Jpy. I'm pretty sure that's let's go look at the 15-minute chart real quick, and so we can see what's going on. So having a little bit of pullback. See, the blue candle is forming a little bit. That's okay. All right, so we're going to move on. I'm pretty sure this trade will take profit. Just let it do its thing. It's going to cross. Don't worry. All right, so I'm going to go check out GBP USD, and I'm going to have you guys analyze this trade with us. All right, so here we go. Let's see. So this is not a hit for me. Hold on one. Yeah, this is on a 15-minute chart. This is not a hit for me. I need it to be below 20. As you can see right now, it's right at 27. So see, it's coming down. They called a buy. But yeah, and see how the blue is on top of the red. That's good. You want that for the stochastic. MACD is good. But this is just not, I don't like to enter when the price is not touching the band. Like if they just called a buy, I will want this red candle to close outside of the Bollinger Band. Because that didn't happen, this tells me that this trade may stall and it could continue to go down. It's just unknown. And 2, on the 15-minute chart, I need this to be setting up. So this is one that I would pass over. I'm going to move on to Euro USD. And another thing, is anyone else still in Nzd Jpy? You guys on Zoom, are you guys in Nzd Jpy? Sometimes you don't have to, wait for it to take, let's say, 5 pips. If you feel, shaky about it, and just grab your profit, close out the trade and get out. You don't have to stay in, okay? So this is Euro USD. This looks pretty good. This looks awesome. This is just setting up. Let's see what it did on the 5-minute. Okay, so this, oh, no, I wouldn't enter this, guys. I wouldn't enter this because this is what it's doing now. It's not touching the Bollinger Band. This is just not a hit for me. It has to be outside of the Bollinger Band. You don't want to get stuck in the trade and it takes forever to take profit. Does that make sense? So let's go through the rules really quick. Does the Bollinger Band hit on the 5-minute chart for Euro USD? I want you to type yes or no. Also, too, is the RSI below, you want the RSI to be below 30 and pointing up. So right off, if you look at where price is right now, you guys, and you see how price is in the middle of the band, you never want to enter a trade when it's in the middle of the band. You can get stuck. So I'll just answer that for you. Move on and find the next trade. So we just wait for a cha-ching. And sometimes when we're waiting for a cha-ching, we can go and find other trades as well, because sometimes it takes time for other trades to set up. Make sure you always check forexfactory.com or my FX book before you get started with trading. You want to make sure you avoid red folders. Okay, so it's about 7:18 our time. We have no red folders, so that's good. No red folders at all. Yay for Nzd Jpy. We're taking profit. Okay, USD CAD. What is this? I didn't close it out. Oh, okay. Emmanuel, let me get a loan. So she's getting all the pips. Emmanuel just graduated. We got an 18, right? 18-year-old over here trading. Just graduated from high school yesterday. How amazing is that? Okay, so here we are looking at USD CAD. So let's look at this. Let's go to the 5-minute chart really quickly. All right, so as you can see, I believe they called a sell. They called a sell on USD CAD. As you can see where price is right now, we have a green candle. We need this green candle to close outside of the Bollinger Band. I want this RSI to come up to 80, preferably. It can go to 70, but preferably I want it to come to 80 and cross down. This is how you want the stochastic for a sell. So that's nice. MACD is not quite there yet. So as you can see, this is all you're doing is going through and you're finding the 4 rules. And this may work for you guys or it may not, and that's okay. And I'm just sharing this strategy with you because we're having a lot of success with it and it works. But you have to find the right strategy that fits your personality and also your schedule. So some people would get into this trade if the candle touches the band. I do not. I need my trades always take profit. Look at this right here. I want you to see where this long red candle is right here. Look what happened. You had a sell come down. You had the RSI come down below 20 and point up. The stochastic came down and crossed over the red. The blue came down and crossed over the red. Look what happened when all 4 rules matched up on the 5-minute. You had a strong buy, okay? And this is the 5-minute chart though. So then you would go look for the same setup on the 15-minute and let's see if we can find that same setup right here. Here you go. Let me make it bigger for you guys. So see right here, price came down, closed outside of the band. Your RSI came down. I like it below 20, but it's right at about 26, 25, which is fine. As long as it's below 30, that's still good. I would say in between 20 and 30, but if it's below 20, even better. And then you want your MACD to come down, and this was for a buy, so you want this to cross over the red. Took a while to cross over there, but that's okay. But anyway, as you can see, on the 15-minute, you have the same setup. This is exactly what you want. Once everything is pointing up on the 15-minute, that's when you want to enter the trade and get your quick 3 to 5 pips, okay? Like I said, if you do 3 pips, you will take profit pretty much all day long. It's impossible almost to lose with just getting 3 pips. All right, so any questions about that? Does that make sense to you guys? So this is us evaluating this trade, or just kind of analyzing this trade using the 4 rules and the Sharif strategy combined and looking at the 5 and the 15-minute chart. So if you guys have questions, post them. Yay, we've caught some pips tonight. Good job, you guys. I'll make sure that this is uploaded for you guys so that you can play it back. Comment on the video if you have any questions, and we'll see you in the next training.